Alright, everybody, we're back for our Monday Night Raw review. It's been a while since we just had a Raw review. Stuff is going down. I hate you so much. Alright, so, let's get out of the way. Our badass of the night. Wait.
You are a badass.
Of the night is the one and the only Triple H.
Welcome back, game.
Welcome back.
Yeah.
Do you know what I hate? Is I have to buy another one of these now. I have to buy a red one of these.
Well, if it makes you feel any better, now I have to buy a Kevin Owens shirt.
Dude, I'm gonna buy one for
Already got you there.
So, let's talk about the big elephant first, which is Triple H, and then we'll talk about the side stuff, and then we'll talk about Heyman and Seth for last. Because I think that's a big one, and then we'll start off with the biggest one. So,
yes,
Kevin Owens.
May I hit this first?
Shoot. Bang, 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 bang. Rapid
Because
fire.
I feel like, as a Seth Rollins fan, I have a pretty good perspective of both sides of this. I think this is good for WWE as a whole. Right now, regardless of what happens here, whether or not Owens and Triple H are the faces or Rollins is a face,
Yes.
we gain a face either way, and we need that because Raw is desperately lacking top faces right now. This is good. Also. Oh, sorry. Go on.
Continue. Because I have a theory that involves the Shield.
Well,
Yeah.
this is also a really, really good thing because it allows for another feud to be developing. This means Rollins Triple H could be a thing, Reigns Triple H could be a thing. There's just a lot of possibilities here, and I really like where this is going. I just hope WWE doesn't flub it up like they're used to.
I think Rollins and Triple H is the inevitable, but I think in terms of Rollins and Reigns teaming up, I think I could see that definitely happening because as bad as is to say, it's
Sierra Hotel India Echo Lima Delta.
but we don't have Dean Ambrose, so we can't necessarily have the Shield, but we can have, Rollins and Reigns.
But
We can have the guard.
you can have the Shield
The guard.
versus
You can have the untalented and the clumsy.
But I have a
Team
theory
up
about
together
this
to wreck
also. Alright? If you notice, Stephanie McMahon was ticked off at the end of the show. And so McFoley was confused. But Stephanie McMahon was ticked off at Triple H. So what I'm going at is maybe Triple H and Kevin Owens are the faces in this situation because, it's all about the game and how you play it, and his boys from NXT, especially when his boy from NXT got injured by his other boy from NXT. So it might be him switching positions on who his top dog is. So I'm really happy for Kevin Owens. When they said that the match was gonna be elimination, I kind of knew that Big Cass was gonna be gone, and then I thought Rollins was gonna be gone next, but I thought it was actually gonna be Reigns and Owens. But to see the turn on Rollins was a great way to end Raw. I think Raw pretty much. I think SmackDown's gonna have to really one up it this week because I think Raw.
Yeah,
was
it's
really
gonna
good.
really have to go above and beyond to beat it this week. This had like a pay-per-view feel to it. That main event had a pay-per-view feel to it.
Yeah, all 3 hours were
I have
kind of
to
good.
see-
So shoot.
Yeah, I
Cole.
agree.
Shoot,
I
Cole.
have to see a Bray Wyatt Snitsky moment for it to be.
No, we already get that every week with Baron Corbin. And Kalisto.
Baron Corbin talking with Eric Rowan.
That too.
What are they talking about? And Eric Rowan has the mask on at the same time.
We know
like,
what they're
it's
talking
totally
about.
normal.
Baron Corbin's telling him how to grow hair, and then you got Eric Rowan teaching him how to grow a beard.
Yes. So, let's talk about an awkward match, because I think I'm pretty content with leaving off there for the world or universal title scene. Yeah, I'm pretty content with how it ended. I think we'll definitely see some good feuds out of this. I necessarily don't want to see Reigns and Owens, but I think that's what we're gonna get. So that's
Okay,
that.
but
Thanks a
I'm
lot,
sorry,
Seth.
but if you're indicating that Owens would still be a heel,
Exactly.
which I like. I hope that's the case.
Well, it's weird because it's like Rollins is the top heel because of Stephanie, and Stephanie looked mad at Triple H, and Triple H came in and basically attacked a guy who's a heel and a guy who's technically a face. So it's like, what's the position?
crowd definitely popped for Owens winning.
Yeah, it's
Well, I'm
like,
gonna say this
what's
right
the
now.
positioning on all this situation?
I'm gonna say this right now. TEW mod makers are going to be confused with this one for days and days and days. It is just a very confusing situation, but
Shoot.
I think that Mick Foley and Stephanie both looking like very confused is very indicative, especially since Stephanie's been a lot more, I'm not going to say face necessarily, but like a lot more appealing to the crowd type of things. So that's why I think Rollins is the face.
Let's talk about the awkward match of the night, which was Dana Brooke teaming up with the club as a nurse, and Dr. Anderson kept on staring at her booty O's. So
I thought it was Luke that was looking at her booty.
It was both of them.
Well, regardless of who was looking at whose butt, the fact is that right now, as someone who didn't enjoy the club at first, because I didn't. I usually don't enjoy a lot of wrestlers at first, and then they grow on me. The club has become one of my favorite acts recently, and I don't know whether or not it's this different job occupation switching up thing. I apologize for my little stutter there. But I think that they got something special to them. And if the WWE continues to show personality with them, their ceiling is really just incredibly high.
From the time Gallows reappeared on WWE television, I've said that he reminds me of Kevin Nash. He continues to do so. I could see him as a world title contender eventually.
Yeah.
Honestly, I see Anderson has more potential than Gallows.
Anderson does have more potential than Gallows to be the world champion.
But Gallows has more potential as it pertains to what the WWE
big guys
would give you.
Yeah, big, very big guys.
Even though, like, basically been around longer than Gallows.
Fastest. So we had the New Day teaming up with Bailey. That was great. That
needs to be a thing. Like that, I like that as a thing.
Bailey.
I feel like Bailey is the Owen Hart
of the Nation of Domination. She's it's the white extra.
She was like, we want some
Okay. I know that school is in, and I think the only person that goes to school still, in terms of like high school or whatever, like not college, is Miguel, or no, Cole too. But yeah, that's the only ones.
We're all so old.
I got that like freshman girl vibe off of Bailey tonight. She was like the new girl in school, like how she was like coming down the freaking like
everyone's like, oh,
backstage.
It's Bailey.
Oh, it's Bailey. It was good. It was good. Ryan,
welcome to school.
Ryan, welcome to the Owens show.
Ryan Knott. Welcome to the Kevin Owens Report.
Would you like to comment on that real quick before we talk about
I think I am.
Would you like to? Okay, since he's out of breath, what do you guys think about the New Day versus the New Day and Bailey versus the club? And he like dropped out. That's how happy he
I
was.
would love to see both of those things become a regular thing, just for the fact that Dana Brooke and Charlotte is cringy.
It's very cringy with Nurse Dana Brooke. Oh gosh, that's cringy. All right.
It's better than partner with Charlotte.
Let's talk about another dude that can wrestle. You know who I'm talking about, Mullins.
Oh, yeah. Of course I do. That dude, Nia Jax.
That one. All right. So let's talk about Nia Jax. She took on some, like, Asian jobber lady, which Braun Strowman took on some Hispanic, which wasn't Hispanic because they unmasked him.
Dude,
and I'm pretty sure it was a white guy.
This is going to lead up to Braun Strowman versus Nia Jax at the pay-per-view.
That's what it's coming to. That is exactly.
It's going to lead up to that. They're going to beat up every local talent. There's going to be no more local talents to fight.
But, okay.
Or
I have a
Tell me your theory.
I have a theory.
Tell me your theory.
I have a theory that they'll soon meet, like, at a pay-per-view because both of them are scheduled for a match, and, like, they end up teaming up and becoming the new WWE, like, Beth Phoenix, Santino Marella, but both
the love connect. If they have a love storyline, I will WWE take my money now. Give them a love storyline. I wouldn't even mind that. That'd be funny as hell.
Strojax.
Watch them squash people together.
Take my money now, WWE. Take it now.
I'm trying to think. Did we have any Rusev during the show?
We did not.
No,
I'm very sad about that.
I think this is the first time since Raw had gone to brand split.
Sami Zayn had a match. Sami Zayn had a match with Jinder Mahal. It was decent. I wasn't crazy about it. Yeah, shoot Mia. I saw you were like blinking lights.
Yeah. So I actually want to talk about the opening match of the night because this is important, as well as the opening segment. But let me hit the opening match first.
Yeah.
So, Chris Jericho versus Neville. You know, I'm not usually the type of person to really...
We already saw this, by the way. Not to cut you off, we already saw this. It happened back in Japan. Jericho won that, by the way, again.
Well, tonight...
Jericho wins, LOL.
Tonight, Chris Jericho may have won, and Neville may have lost, but Jericho personally put Neville over a little bit because... For the first time ever, I saw those two on an equal tier tonight.
Is there a use for Neville outside of the Cruiserweight division in 3 weeks? That's the big question in my mind.
No.
Unfortunately,
no.
Cole was getting buried by nose.
Yeah, I'm getting buried by people just saying no because they don't see the other potential. You see, there's managers that they can give him that can actually put him over.
Name a manager.
Dana Brooke.
Name a manager.
Dana Brooke and Neville. I'm shipping that right now.
I know someone who doesn't do anything for about 300 days a year.
All right.
His name's Paul Heyman.
They won't do that. There's no
Paul
money
Heyman
in that.
Neville would be way too different. Like, I don't know. They tried that with Curtis Axel, and it worked out about as well as a lead balloon.
Well, you gotta think though. Neville is also like a flippy dippy doo guy. Like I can't name any flippy dippy doo guys that Paul Heyman is really with.
Chris, Pat Patterson.
He's also a striker too.
Pat Patterson would be a great one for Neville. Dude, Neville would be a world champion if Pat Patterson was
There's a problem. There's a problem there. IC title was on SmackDown. So
Steven
all right.
He needs to go to SmackDown, and I feel like he would do better on SmackDown.
He would. Let's talk about. All right, let's talk about what else? There's another match I'm missing before we get to the big segment.
Yeah, I know. It was
what match?
Darren Young versus
Darren Young and this, yeah.
That was very awkward. Also, Cesaro and Sheamus happened again. Sheamus wins. LOL.
Yeah.
I'm happy Sheamus won this. Okay, I'm gonna tell you why. Because
what's that? 2-0.
Sheamus needs to dominate because then Cesaro's gonna wreck him in the end. So
yeah, it'll be like 3-0. Cesaro will probably come back and win 4-3.
Just lost the first two encounters, didn't he? Like before the series started.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah. Let's see. The Darren Young and Titus O'Neil thing. I'm completely like I don't want to see this on my television.
Yeah.
It's just the simple fact of like it's
too much filler.
It's too much
filler feud.
Especially because they have enough people that they could be using for matches. Like, where's my Rusev? We had Sami Zayn. We had Sami Zayn.
Could have easily had another match.
Look, Sami Zayn had a filler match this week. There was a lot of filler matches. Even though Raw was good, there was still like filler matches. Like Jericho and Neville is filler. Sami Zayn and
there was no
Jinder Mahal
storyline
is
matches.
filler. The only real storyline matches was the tag team and women's stuff, which they tied in together, which was really nice, which was cringy, which was the New Day and Bayley and Charlotte at ringside on commentary for some reason, while Dana Brooks was with the club. So they got that two feuds intertwined, and then the big thing at the main event. But I feel like the last hour and a half was really dedicated to
the main event.
stories.
Literally was like a 35-minute segment.
Yeah. Like, don't get me wrong, the Darren Young, Titus O'Neil thing is a story, but it's a story that they could be doing a lot better. I just think the crowd just is not behind it at all, which is sad, because I think Bob Backlund could really kill it, in my opinion. I think if you let him go wild, he would really kill it in terms of, like, being that crazy old guy.
Everybody knows that Backlund never stops training, even though he looks like he would break like a stick.
Yeah. He looks sick this week.
Yeah.
Let's talk about the big thing. This is how we're gonna close out our review in terms of actually talking about the show before we get to our numbers game. Paul Heyman was there tonight, and he got called out by Stephanie McMahon, and he's really playing to that Jewish guy role of like
The Jewish guy.
because he came out with like a bunch of like dollar
Got a
stacks
huge stack of money.
for
Huge
$500,
stack of
and he's
cash.
throwing it at Stephanie McMahon, and
In singles,
then
which
it just
you should
gets
never do
thrown.
it for a billionaire.
Yeah, then it just gets thrown in the air, and she's like, "You're gonna apologize," and there honestly wasn't too much out of this unless you really overanalyze it, in my opinion.
Unless you analyze the Paul Heyman smirking and the Stephanie, like, looking like she definitely has an idea of where she wants to take this.
Yeah.
One thing that she
Alright.
did say is there's a storm coming.
There's a
We
storm
don't know.
coming.
It's not about Lesnar though.
It's Hurricane.
It's Bane. Didn't you guys watch Dark Knight Rises? It's Bane.
Yeah. And
That's gotta be Bane.
who does Bane relate to? Who else is really jacked? Jack Hammer.
Jack Hammer, Goldberg. It all ties in. It's the Illuminati confirmed.
If I was a fantasy booker, we talked about this in our own private Skype call, but if I was a fantasy booker, which haha I am, I would definitely do Rusev and Goldberg, and I would save the thought of Goldberg for Brock, but it would never happen because instead we would get Brock and I think Kurt Angle. I think there's more money in that for a second time at Mania than there is for Brock and Goldberg.
Yeah, Angle and Brock would be that alone. You could have a shit card at Mania, and that alone would sell out.
I just want Angle to murder Brock.
Please don't be Rock, by the way. I have a feeling it could be Rock also.
That's the one thing I was worried about that when she said that he had something coming his way.
It's coming. Boom.
It's Shelton Benjamin.
Now he's injured. He gone.
Yeah.
Hey,
they're gonna put an injured guy against Brock.
Franklin. They're getting the cleaner of the G1 Climax.
Oh, I don't see how a cleaner provides a storm.
Nah,
Okay.
they won't get him.
Kenny becomes the first person to beat
They won't
Brock
get him. But
since the streak. Styles beats Cena.
anybody want to take
Styles
bets?
beat-
Anybody want to take bets on who's
gonna
gonna
take a
face
bet.
Brock? All right, shoot.
If it's not Goldberg, then I have to put my bet on Angle.
Yeah. Anybody else think of any other big-ish names of people? I guess because you think this is a Mania match and it has to last a bit. I mean, you can't really.
Wait, what are we talking about?
Someone that's gonna face Brock at Mania and kick his butt. Because
Passing of the torch and go with Samoa Joe.
Yes, either Samoa Joe, Goldberg.
Please don't be Taker. Please
Those
don't
are
be
the
Taker.
three.
Look, the smart money is on Braun Strowman.
I think no.
Undertaker, if he
What the hell?
basically
No.
one more time
I think
against Brock Lesnar, he is dead. I see that.
Like,
the thing
We
is
don't
like.
want a legend to die right in the ring again. I don't want that right now. Nor does WWE want to see an old man die right in front of everybody.
The thing is, WWE's trying to be more realistic, and you can't just be like, "Oh, we're gonna put the returning Undertaker out there, man." Like, no, you can't do that, sadly, because you got to keep the realism now that he's
90 years old.
Now that Brock Lesnar almost killed Randy Orton, you need someone who can realistically fight Brock. And I mean,
not my answer.
I mean,
Roman Reigns.
I mean, if I was a guy who I had a lot of WWE money and I was a jerk, I would call up this guy named Bobby Lashley. However, that's not gonna happen. All right, like that's a given. It's not gonna happen. But it'd be really good. I mean, it could make sense. Another one that would make a lot of sense is
Batista.
Batista. Yeah, thank you. I was about to forget his name for a second
because
because
awesome match.
But Batista might not be on good terms with the WWE. I mean, that's like just the given thing with Batista.
And the fact that Batista's making a lot of money now, and they're making that second Guardians of the Galaxy movie.
That might
And
be
these could be
where this
Infinity
ties in.
Wars.
This might be where this ties in because you know how WWE likes people coming back for movies.
Yeah,
like,
whenever they're shooting a movie.
So, I mean, that'd be really cool. I think Angle is definitely more likely than Batista, or definitely Bobby Lashley. But Goldberg rumors are always flying around, sadly. So who knows what's going on?
The thing is about Goldberg versus Lesnar was the last time Goldberg and Lesnar were in the same ring, it was a 1-star match.
Yeah, which they'd really have to fix it. If WWE
And now they're several years older, and Lesnar only does suplexes.
If WWE was smart,
It would be way worse.
if WWE was smart and they could get the fans behind Ryback and Brock would have been good, but
Ryback's not under contract anymore.
that's the thing. Like
Yeah.
if they kept him around and he got a good contract apparently. Like there's a rumor that he got a $1.5 million contract extension. He turned it down. So
I believe
he wanted to say they put the belt on him.
yeah, so it's kind of like you got to think about it. Like, you know, things could be much different if they were able to have different people.
My answer, though?
All right, shoot.
I didn't write.
Nah, he's going to freaking SmackDown. He's going to take on Baron Corbin for stealing his gimmick. All right, I don't know what Mia's doing, but let's do numbers for Raw. Cole Cabana, how many Nurse Dana Brooks glove slaps out of 10 tonight would you give it?
Since my recent liking of Owens ever since the whole Jericho taking him under his wing thing, I'll give it a 10, especially for Owens.
That's crazy. Uncle John, Prince Mamaluke, you there? Nope. Alright, Prince Mamaluke's not there. Mia, you there? How many missing Seth Rollins curb stomps that should have happened tonight?
I don't think missing curb stomps is the right term to
I
use.
always, every time I see someone like down on their stomach, like right in front of Rollins, I'm like, just curb stomp there. Like, come on.
I think a better term, just for this once,
All right.
in honor
All right.
of the Buckle Bomb. Rest in peace. Now, to answer your question,
All right.
I would probably say, let's go 7.5 out of 10. Some parts dragged,
Yeah.
which sucked, but other than that, I think it was a pretty good show.
Yeah. DC Zamsham.
What's up?
How many? Hey, we want some Bailey. What'd you give it tonight?
I'd give it 8.
8. Miguel.
There were some parts that were just filler.
Yeah, I think that's the thing. There's a lot of filler, but I think for me, they had decent filler. Like, it wasn't good filler, it wasn't bad filler, it was the filler.
Pretty much.
Yeah.
So like that's what dragged it down a little bit for me.
Yeah.
If they had set up a pace to just blow us out of the water with the main event, I would have given it a 10, but they just didn't set that up right.
Yeah. Miguel, how many local jobber white guys, I think, trying to be Hispanic, would you give it tonight? Because that guy looked like he was white when they threw the mask off and he had the bushy hair like Shane, our friend. I kind of thought that I did, because people were gonna be like, Shane McMahon. Like, no, I thought it was Shane. Like, I thought that's where he was tonight.
That's where he was tonight.
Yeah, all right, Miguel.
Even though it was kind of slow at the beginning, and we had the Triple H swerve at the end, I have to give it a 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10. All right, Devonair, you there?
Yep.
How many Triple H returns would you give it tonight?
I think I'll give it a 7 out of 10.
7 out of 10. Killian Hackenschmidt with your Bret Hart t-shirt.
Damn, no wonder he would rate Triple H low.
All right, how many tomorrow morning Kevin Owens is injured are you gonna give it tonight? Fun fact, there's a reason why Kevin Owens was on the outside of the ring during most of the match. They were like, if anyone's gonna get injured, it's gonna be you, Roman. Yeah, they purposely kept him away. Would you give it an 8.5?
They said don't touch him, Seth. They said don't touch him.
All right, Mullins, how many that dude can wrestle matches against our Asian fans? What'd you give it?
Like I said, this gave me the feel of like not a top tier pay per view, but like a B level pay per view.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give it a 10.
10. I, on the other hand, am gonna give it a solid 8 stupid idiots with a Bob Backlund on the side, looking really sick tonight, which I'm kind of worried about him because it was decent. I liked it. Had a good opener, had a good middle, had a good ending, but the filler was just like it didn't really transition well, in my opinion. In terms of the crowd, you could see the crowd wasn't with it too much. I mean, we got CM Punk chants. We got who got chanted when Stephanie McMahon was there? Do you guys remember? Because Stephanie McMahon responded to the crowd. Oh, ECW. We got an ECW chant tonight for some weird reason. We got a whole bunch of random crap that happened tonight, which was kind of sad. We got Heath Slater stuff as usual. But yeah, there's our show. And until next time, everybody.